Hello, my dear friends. I am Mary Philip, Assistant Professor, Carmel College, Mala. Our former President, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, had once observed while speaking to a gathering that education, if founded on the principles of spirituality, religion, and societal values, will definitely go a long way in shaping the future of the country. Hence, the topic that we are going to discuss about is the same that Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam had mentioned, that is, spirituality, religion, and society. This topic forms chapter 5 of the UG course of Value Education under Calicut University for the second year students. Now, coming to the topic, spirituality, religion, and society. Though different words, you can be sure that all these three are very well connected, not only connected to themselves but connected to our lives too. Though we come across these words and these features at different stages of our life. Starting with spirituality. For most of us, spirituality often seems to be something that relates to a higher degree of life and of being. Spirituality, if were to be understood in simple words, it is just a state of the spirit where our body and mind both are healthy, which as a result leads to a healthy spirit. When speaking of spirituality, most of us might be familiar with words like enlightenment, nirvana. Sometimes common people even call it meditation or uniting of the human soul with the Almighty, union of the Atma with the Paramatma, or just the envisioning of light within us. So it's just the opening up of the human soul and realizing our very being. If we are to look into our value education text, it tells us in simple words, spirituality is nothing but God oriented lifestyle and plan of action. When we say God oriented lifestyle, we definitely mean that a larger part or the major portion of our life is given up or surrendered to God. We have very little to do while the Almighty has the power to do everything else in our life. Sometimes people might tell us that we do the half and leave the other half to God. Whatever way we might like to explain it, but yes, a constant touch with the Almighty, a constant communication with the Creator. That is what spirituality is. And it happens only when the body and the mind both agree to the same. The spirit needs the support of the body and the mind, and only then can that level of communication be achieved. Now, coming to religion, which is often seen as a more relatable stage or a more relatable state of mind where the individual is in some kind of relation with God. The relation might take the form of rituals or practices or actions or words. We are familiar with so many religions in this world. We have come across Islam, we might be practicing Hinduism, we might be followers of Christianity. We are also aware that there is Judaism, there is Baha'i, there is universal religion, so many other religions that we might have just heard of or perhaps are not even aware exist among us. But there are, you can be sure, numerous religious forms and numerous religious practices that exist in the whole world. If we were to go by the text, we see that most commonly there are three different ways in which religion has been explained. For some people, religion is all that relates to God and rituals. For them, it is something special, something holy, and something pure, which has a very special place in their life, a separate, a different, a very sacred place in an individual's life. For other people, it is not just a part of their life, but their entire life itself. They call it or they see it as a process of being tied up with God. And this type of or this kind of living religion is called a vocation. There are some others who call religion or understand religion as a discovery of truth or understanding the truth, which they often do through their actions and deeds. All these, though different in their perceptions, lead to the same purpose, lead to the same end, which, though by different names, is leading to the Almighty. The third section that we have in this chapter is called Society, which is a more relatable, which is a more personal and connectable form to all of us. We are all we are all part of society. We are brothers or sisters, sons or daughters. We have our parents, we have our grandparents, we have friends, we have colleagues, we have neighbors, even enemies. They all form part of this society. If you look or if you try to explain society, you will have your family within the society. You will have your school, your college, your organization or institution within this circle called society. We have our peer groups, even our enemies, our foes, they too fall within this group. The communication that happens between all these different groups, which is understood or labeled socialization, and the different skills that individuals achieve through these connections and relations, that is language, education or study or understanding of things around us. Through games and works, we build up, we learn, we acquire skills, and from all this, the experience that comes to us is again a very important factor that helps us to be a useful part of the society. So if we were to sit back and think, well, which of the three processes are most important to us? Perhaps sometimes we might feel that since we get our food, our nurturance, our education, our society, and all our individualistic needs or societal needs from the society, society is the most important one. But then the fact remains that a society which is unreligious or which does not have religious practices or which does not believe in God or which does not have any striving towards spirituality might not survive for long. Which brings us to the realization that if we were to have a journey of life, it has to be a continuous process of moving from spirituality to religion, from religion to society, and back to spirituality. This is an unending journey. This is an unbreakable chain which an individual has to follow in order to have peace of mind. And in as our former president observed that only spirituality, religion, and societal values, if brought together in an individual's life through education can help not only the individual but also the nation as well to develop and become of use to all those who live there. Thank you. In our next video, we are going to try and understand the various changes that have come about in these three terms and how, as individuals, we can move forward in life by making the best use of all these three. Thank you.